Guys, last night I watched the Xbox Direct showcase and the Black Ops Direct, Call of Duty Direct right afterwards. So here's my full, unadulterated, and unabridged reaction to Call of Duty Direct. Let me know what you guys
And
thought.
they already addressed it in Judgment with Barrett.
Yeah.
Right? That was Emergence Day. Barrett fights through Emergence Day. I was hoping to see some other games, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit disappointed.
I was hoping to see a Gears of War Trilogy remake. And the Fallout and Oblivion remakes would have been nice.
E-Day is still pretty cool, but yeah, some more Bethesda stuff. I'm glad we got the Doom title there. I'm forgetting what it's called now. I want to say Old World, but I don't think that's right.
Hello,
Doom
welcome
Dark
to Treyarch
Ages.
in Los Angeles,
Yes,
and
Dark
thanks for
Ages.
joining us today. We're excited to share what we've been working on for the past few years.
This guy's voice does
Black
not
Ops
match
6,
his face.
We really wanted to give ourselves
No offense
the
to
time
him.
to craft something truly great.
Bro, you're
this
so
means
rude.
we're delivering a new level of polish and innovation across all parts of the game. I've been working here for over 20 years, and I can tell you
Say
that we
that
have
every
something
year, but
special on
Call
our
of
hands
Duty,
with Black
dog.
Ops 6. And I know that the team are excited to give you a deep dive into our campaign and global innovations across the entire game.
It looks cool.
It does. I think it looks good so far. I wasn't too excited about a new Call of Duty. I am
With
actually
Black Ops
kind of-
6, we're taking
kind of
players
on
to a
board.
new but familiar era, the early 90s. In true signature Black Ops fashion, our story builds on real history, thrusting players into a conspiracy where a shadowy force has infiltrated the highest levels of the US government, branding anyone who resists as traitors and forcing players to go rogue for the first time to fight the very machine that
Yeah,
created them.
unlike Black Ops 5.
Yeah, right.
The team has been meticulously
But this time,
crafting
Bill
every
Clinton is
aspect
president.
of this game to deliver the fun and attitude
I wanna know what happened
players
to what's his
expect
name,
from the Black
to
Ops
Bell.
franchise.
Multiplayer
They
is,
left
of
it off
course,
as a
here,
huge
brings the Black
cliffhanger.
Ops style and provides a playground for the brand
probably
new
die.
Omni movement system. New way to push beyond your limits.
Omni
and
movement
move
system.
like an action hero.
That's not.
You'll see a sneak peek of that later
Yeah,
today.
I'm not
That doesn't.
loving
That
it.
doesn't
Oh,
fill me with joy.
no.
Back and better than ever.
Round-based
You know,
zombies.
it's full of surprises. With that,
What?
we step
You're
into the
worried about what?
mind-bending campaign
Oh,
experience
the
we've been
movement
crafting.
thing. When
Yeah.
I showed that guy
Partners at
leaping
Raven.
through the
Yeah,
air sideways,
yeah.
bro.
It's
I
shooting
don't need
guns.
bullet time. I don't need bullet time.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not
I'm already
bullet
bad
time.
enough at moving at this game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, jeez,
No turning back
man.
now.
Let's cool it on that. Omni movement.
Every Call of Duty player has a favorite campaign mission. When we set out to make Black Ops 6, we were focused on delivering missions so iconic that they stick in your memory long after. We are bringing that action-packed blockbuster feel to every step of the narrative.
So all three
We are giving
missions
you
are going to
more
be really good.
variety, more
Yeah,
dynamic
all five.
moment-to-moment gameplay, and more
Be
options
sick.
to finish each mission.
We can do this loud.
Oh,
and quiet.
please don't tell me we're doing open world again. I'll cry.
I really hope it's not. I do hope.
The game is
though,
packed
I
with
do
unexpected
think that so far
moments
the
of
bits
Black
of it
Ops
that I've
mystery.
seen look cool.
It's a high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure who to trust and what's real. And it is all set against the backdrop of the early 90s.
I won't lie.
The Soviet Union was crumbling after the fall of the Berlin Wall.
I
at the end of
don't
the Cold
mind
War.
when the missions have
The U.S. is the only remaining
Multiple
superpower.
options.
The Gulf War
Yeah,
was
when they have a
dominating
couple
headlines
different
everywhere.
pathways, right?
And
Like-
there
But
was
they need
no
some
mistrust
linear
in
structure.
government, reflected
One of
everywhere
my favorite
across
missions
the
from
music,
Black Ops,
television,
like
and
Cold
pop
War,
culture of
was
the
when
time.
you break into the Kremlin.
When we talk
right?
about
Yeah,
the Black
the-
Ops
yeah.
timeline,
There's
Black
a
Ops
bunch of
6
ways you
comes
can
after
do
the
that.
events of the Cold War, but is directly
including
tied
one that I
to the
never knew about where you
1986
can poison the
flashbacks
guy.
in Black Ops
Yeah.
2, the aftermath of which
like,
has
is
left
sick.
our heroes
And so like those,
in dire
that's cool, and
circumstances.
I don't mind a mission like that. But I
Oh,
just
look at
don't
that.
want the open world.
It's Woods. Yeah, Woods is crippled.
Black Ops 6 blends the rich
Yeah,
and
he's-
gritty
he's in a
history of
wheelchair.
previous franchise titles with bold new characters, with veteran Frank Woods as our through line in our story. In this new chapter, we see a different side of Woods following his traumatic injury at the hands of Raul Menendez. He's been pulled from the field as he adjusts to a new role within the CIA, often behind a desk or on the other end of a radio. His protege is Troy Marshall, who's been making a name for himself in the field. Marshall is a reluctant leader driven by a strong moral compass. Marshall and Woods are working with another new face in Black Ops 6, CIA handler Jane Harrow. She's a born leader, fearless and brilliant, and helps manage their relationships within the agency. Woods' ability to operate in the
You know what-
shadows
you know
has
who
always
she
been
should have been?
hugely valuable to the CIA,
The
whether
chick
they want to
from,
admit it or not.
Modern Warfare.
And Marshall has
Yeah,
the
a
ability
young
to make
Laswell.
tough calls in the field,
Yeah.
ones that Harrow
Actually,
trusts
that's
him
kind
to
of what I
make.
was thinking.
But when an
What if
operation
they-
goes
what if
wrong,
you have to
Woods
change
and Marshall are
identities 'cause they get
suspended
branded
and
as
ultimately
traitors? What if
forced
Gideon
to go
has one?
rogue.
Maybe.
They soon realize they have to trust each other to get to the bottom of what's going on. Without any of their usual resources, they have to build their own team, recruiting 2 exciting new characters in Felix Newman, a technical genius, and Savati Dumas, a mysterious assassin. With the end of the Cold War, these former enemies have become new allies. And with the sudden return of notorious operative Russell Adler, who'd gone missing for months, a former ally may have become a new enemy.
Adler's gotta be like 80.
8,000 years old. Yeah.
For the Black Ops
Right, like,
single-player
Adler's gotta be
campaign,
old.
we prioritized mission variety and unique experiences.
So one thing that
Our
bugs
goal
me
was to offer
about
players a
the
wide
women
variety
that they
of
do in these
mission
games
types, each crafted
is that we only
from
get
the
one
ground up.
archetype of
One
woman.
moment you'll be storming a palace, the next you'll be pulling
Fearless,
off a high
brave,
casino.
badass. Natural
We aim to
born
take
leader.
players
You know what I
all
mean?
over the world
Yeah,
and
I mean that's
immerse
like
them in
also the
vastly
only
different
archetype of dude you
experiences.
get as well.
Yeah,
Within
but I
these
mean, they were
missions,
talking
we
about
want
what's his name
gameplay
as like
to unfold
reluctant
in
leader with a
multiple
strong
ways,
moral compass.
giving
Like,
players
why can't we have
freedom
women
to
that have the
navigate
same
through
like
them as they see fit?
sort of character
Right,
flaws?
where
Where
we
we
Sort of
have
like
different
Essentially-
combat
anyway,
styles, we
that's just
also
essentially
have
it's
conversation
the same
opportunities
archetypical
where you
everything
can
of the same
talk,
characters,
barter,
'cause it's just a
and
power
manipulate your way
fantasy,
into
right,
different
where
I guess,
experiences.
I guess.
And we
I don't
think
know.
Right?
you'll want
That's
to
what it
replay
is. They
levels
want
to
you
see
to
them
feel
all.
like, you know, the most ultimate badass, so all the characters reflect that idea.
I
Like,
just
what's
worry
the
that
other-
it's eventually going to get pretty old and look one-dimensional. That's all.
Why, they're 100% one-dimensional games. Call of Duty's always been one-dimensional gaming. Like, I mean, it's because it's just a wildly massive
We are excited to
power fantasy
offer a variety of
shootouts
different
and
enemy
gunfights
types in the
and whatever.
campaign. The goal was to provide
Yeah.
different challenges for the player. So whether
So they
choose to
all
go
have
in
body
guns
armor.
blazing
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
or take a stealthier approach.
That's quite the minigun on that one guy. I don't necessarily think that was a 90s staple of combat.
All right.
We've continued to push on what's possible in terms of how our enemy combatants behave. Your enemies will be relentless.
I do think it looks cool
constantly
so far,
seeking to
though.
outmaneuver
So
you
far,
throughout
yeah.
levels. But cut off escape
You know,
routes, push on players' location,
I'll say
and force
it.
them to
I'll
think
say
on
it
their feet.
hopefully, and I don't think it'll happen.
We've created
But
certain missions
based
where
on
we
what
give you
I'm
a
seeing,
high-level
maybe this would be
objective
another one
and a
where we
variety
could
of ways
do
to approach that
a
objective.
multi-year Call of Duty, you know?
One mission in
I know
particular.
we
Oh,
were
it's
gonna do
definitely
it
not
with-
gonna
in
happen.
Iraq.
I
You and
know
your
it
team
won't
are hunting
happen,
down
but I
missile
mean, we were
launchers
gonna
with
do it with
SAS.
Call of Duty
It's
2,
one of the
but
largest
there was
campaign
blowback
maps that
from
we've
it. But I
ever
mean, this
created.
looks cool enough. Maybe you could do a multi-year one.
Yeah.
One of the largest campaign maps. Okay, so that sounds terrible. I'm
Yeah, that
dreadfully
sounds
disappointed
not.
by it.
That sounds very, very open world, which I don't want.
Dreadfully disappointed by that fact.
You'll find that some of our destinations have a startling
Clay Guida?
contrast in look and feel as well. We have a mission that takes place in an opulent casino in Southern Europe. It's unlike any past mission in Call of Duty. And what the player does in this space is totally unexpected. And another one of our missions we have set in the harsh
They always
tundra
say
of
that, and I
northern
always
Russia.
expect what they're saying. You know?
I don't know. I think that one looks
We are
cool. I think
excited
that
to
one might be a
offer an
little
array
bit
of
like the
brand new
Kremlin one. I
equipment,
think
as
it
well
was
as some
fun.
favorites from
Which,
the
if
Black
it's-
Ops
I do
universe.
like the-
RCXD,
Oh, we got the
I do
RC
like
cars.
Tranquilizer Trap,
I do like the espionage
Adrenaline
stuff in
stim,
Black Ops. You know, like
homing knife,
the
Homing
the
knife?
gunfight parts are.
disruptor.
Oh wow! What?
In the
Oh, no,
90s?
explosive.
You're telling me this is in
Explosive.
90?
It was
90s?
explosive. I don't think it was homing.
If it is a homing knife, I'm gonna be pissed.
The
Saying,
campaign
that's
is
not a
surrounded
god
with an
in
expanded
Warzone.
campaign hub called the Safe House. You might remember we also had that in Black Ops Cold War. But this time, we wanted to think a little bit more broadly about the environment. We chose to have our team's hub located in a more naturalistic setting. So, it's in an abandoned manor by an ocean cliffside.
I wish I could find an abandoned manor to just live out my life in.
What's most unique
Yeah, right?
is that
Like,
it used to be
I love
a
that engagement
KGB
in like
black site, which
espionage
was
stuff. They're always
operational
like, yeah, look
during
at
the
this
50s and
abandoned
60s.
house that we just
This
found
brings
that no
a
one ever
lot
comes
of
to look at or
intrigue to
sell
the
or
Safe
do
House
anything with.
and will allow players to
Right? Like I wish I
explore
could just find
and
an
discover
abandoned
secrets from the
location and
past.
just live.
The team
Yeah, an
is
abandoned
also
mansion,
bringing back the
like-
evidence board,
Right.
which is
Look
still
at
the
this
centerpiece
abandoned
of the Safe
castle
House
that also
experience,
has
but
lights and
with
electricity
brand
and
new
heat
upgrades.
that you just
Players
live in
can
now.
view the campaign outline, gain deeper insights
It
into
has a working
missions,
kitchen and
and
everything.
analyze
How
evidence
lucky.
collected throughout missions.
All the furniture's still new. We got fresh bedding. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, the attacker comes in.
I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go!
That was sick. Great. I think we got
They're
it.
doing executions.
that guy is giving me all sorts of
With Black Ops
feelings.
6, our goal is to create a more connected experience that keeps
Like,
players
aesthetically, he
immersed across
just-
every single mode.
It's very unique. That director.
We've
Like,
pushed
that was-
ourselves at every corner
I'm
to
guessing this is
innovate and
multiplayer.
craft
It's gotta
a
be.
signature Black Ops experience for our players.
Oh, that's gross.
Movement
Don't do
has been a
that.
consistent
Don't let
area
that
of
be a
focus and
thing.
innovation for Call of Duty.
Oh no.
Black Ops
Oh,
6,
did you see
we're
that guy dolphin
redefining
dive
movement across the
backwards?
entire
And start
game.
shooting, yeah.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie.
For the first
sideways
time
leaps
ever,
look like
players
they
can
should be fun.
sprint
I'm
in
not
any
here for crazy
direction.
movement.
And
You can
move like a
sprint
true
in any
Black Ops
direction,
action hero
right.
With an entirely new
I like
global
that.
system
I like
we
that.
call
I don't
Omni
mind
Group.
being able to move around like that. That's not a big deal.
This unlocks the ability to move like never before and seamlessly chain combat maneuvers like slide, dive, and our enhanced supine prone in full 360-degree.
I like the 360 prone move.
From the beginning,
Yeah, where
we
you roll
started
on your
with,
back, I do
you
like
can't
that.
do this thing, why? And then realize people actually move that way. What happens if we get rid of
Nobody
that
moves
construct?
this way.
And then
There's
instantly
no
it
one on
opened
earth who
up, like,
slides
if you can
and
sprint in
shoots
any
while they
direction,
dolphin
then you
dive.
can dive in any direction,
Like-
you can
No,
slide in any
but, like,
direction,
the-
which
the-
then led to all
The
the on the
thing that
ground
they are
movement
correct
and
about is
everything
that
else
if you
chaining
were gonna
together.
run and jump, like
You would do it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
directional. But also like
That-
the way that the sprinting works. The way that the sprinting works,
Yeah. I like the
that
fact that you can sprint any direction.
Changes how you think.
I don't
No,
like that you can
it's
shoot and
not
dive
that
though.
Campaign, MP, or zombies.
I don't mind that.
We
as
truly
long as it's
believe
not
that
active.
once
As
you
long as it
experience
has an
Omni movement,
appropriate
there's
penalty
no
to your
going back.
ability to hit shots, I'm not bothered. Right, like
The
that guy's
cheaters
just
are gonna go
hip-firing.
ham, Brian.
That guy's just hip firing and he's missing a lot of shots, right?
Oh my
Like,
god,
if
he's
that
using
is-
a human shield. They do human shields now?
We also
We
have
do
what we're
human
calling
shield,
intelligent movement, which is
I
a
will
set
be
of
a human
features
shield
that drastically
king.
reduces
Button
how many
presses.
buttons or keys you're pressing to perform various movements. These can be enabled in player options, and they're broken down into 3 categories: sprint assist, mantle assist, and crouch assist. And each of these settings will allow for fine-tuning.
Okay, so this makes it so that you
Intelligent movement
automatically
really
mantle.
started with this idea
And
that
I
we
would
want
crouch,
all players to
automatically
focus on what
crouch
they want
too.
to do and not how
Yeah,
to do
I
it.
personally wouldn't turn any of that on. Although maybe
Maybe.
it
Every
would make
player,
my,
regardless
maybe
of skill
it would make my
level or
movement
input
game in
or
Warzone
experience
like a
with Call of
million
Duty,
times better
Yeah,
without having to
exactly.
touch
engage with
buttons.
Omni movement and live out their
Yeah,
own
maybe this
action
would be
hero
something I'd
fantasy
use.
in Black Ops 6.
This is cool. This might be a way to like level the
We looked at
movement
other
playing
genres
field while
like
increasing
racing
the
games, where they
movement
have these
thing,
great
right?
assist settings.
Because
that
that's
can be
my
turned
issue
on
with
and off.
movement is that it's so
Things
many
like
inputs
traction
all at
control
once.
Yeah,
or
and it's hard
assisted
to
braking.
learn it and then
We
hard
love
to
the idea of
implement it.
taking that thinking
Implement
and
it,
applying
yeah.
it to our own
I'm
movement
too old
options.
for it.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all thing.
This could
and
be
I
cool.
encourage players
I
to
could be
play
down with
around
this.
with combos of these settings to really dial in their preferred setting.
I like that. It depends on how it actually works, but I like the idea
Hit zones
that
are
they're
regions
doing.
on a
You can
character that
do your
react
own
when
settings.
taking damage or
You can
die.
choose
In
how much of
past
this to
games,
use.
We've only had 4 regions.
I think
for Black Ops 6,
I think
we've
it
actually
presents-
increased that
Ooh.
to 9 regions.
Jeez,
So
that's a
now
lot
we
of
can
damage
determine if
ranges.
that enemy was shot in their left leg
Yeah.
or right leg,
I don't
and then
love
we'll play
that.
a bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit. So world connectivity
cool.
is this concept
I like
that
that.
players' movement and reactions
There's
are connected to the world
elements to
based
that.
on their choices. A great example that really shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through a doorway,
You naturally
your weapon's
lean.
gonna dynamically rotate
Oh,
in the
nice.
direction that you're rounding
There-
that corner.
okay, so
good.
And since
there
it's
has to
dynamic,
be, so
it'll be a
Warzone
bit
is
more
either gonna,
dramatic if you're
like,
slowly
be an
clearing
entirely
the road,
different
but
game
won't
after
affect you
this
at all
comes
if you're
out.
barreling
Yeah.
full
As in,
speed
like,
around that same
as
corner.
in multiplayer and
We were
and
constantly
Warzone won't line
looking
up
for
at all.
opportunities to set the
Or
bar
there's gonna
with
have to be
movement
some
and animations in
enormous
Black
updating
Ops
to
6.
Warzone. Like,
Yeah.
like it might be this. So if they relaunch Verdansk, it might be because Warzone is getting a full relaunch to incorporate this.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna talk about it. They're talking to Raven Software
team
too.
is
So
super thrilled to show you the best looking
Yeah,
characters
I don't
that
know.
we've
I'd
done.
be curious to hear from them about it.
Through our process of photogrammetry, gear was acquired, scanned, and incorporated onto each of our
Either
operators.
way, multiplayer looks like it's gonna be a
For our
blast.
faces, a dynamic real-time analysis of spontaneous performances was
If
captured
they
and
do an
processed to
updated
make
Warzone,
every emotional,
and like the
impactful
guns aren't
moment
gonna
true
roll
to
over in
actual
the
life.
same way,
We made sure
right?
to have special
Yeah.
Kind of
attention
like
to the
between
cuticles,
Warzone 1
make
and
sure that they
Warzone
don't
2.
look like they're
Then I
just
might just
freshly
do it on
cut.
Game Pass
There's
and
dirt
just
in between their
completely start
nails,
over.
the
Yeah.
oils
'Cause
on their
that's the
palms
only
as
thing
they're
that would stop
sweaty
me,
and
right,
running
is that-
through situations that they're in.
I sincerely hope that it like rolls
attention to
over.
every detail.
I don't want to start. I don't want to be collecting these skins for no goddamn reason.
I would be
The thing
okay
that
with
I'm
it
most
if it
excited
doesn't,
about is the
because
number of
it
new
gives me an
weapons from the era
opportunity
that
to
we've
just
added,
start fresh
which
on
includes many
Xbox.
that are brand new to the
Right?
franchise.
Yeah.
Our heroes are rogue operatives, and they operate outside the the normal playbook. That
Like,
means they're procuring gear by any means
imagine
necessary.
for you it'd be similar,
and
because
that
if
allowed
you're
us to pull a
collecting these
unique
skins,
mix
but then
of
it comes on
weapons.
Game Pass, to use the skins, you have to pay for it again.
We made sure to deliver dozens
would
of
already
unique
lose them all if you
attachments for
choose
every
the game.
gun, and this allows the players to create
No,
a
I know.
match
That's why I don't want
any
to
playstyle that
transfer
you can
into Game
imagine,
Pass.
all
I think
while
you should
maintaining the
potentially.
feel and tone of
Yeah,
the
but
era.
in my mind, if it resets and rolls over into an entirely new Warzone
In
sort of
Black
thing,
Ops 6,
then it just
we
opens that
really
opportunity for me
strive
perfectly.
for striking that balance between real and hyper real, but we want to ground our effects in realism. We find real world reference so that we can match that motion, the weight, the timing, then riff off of that and create that hyper real look that everybody has come to know and love from Call of Duty.
I mean, so far, I think this.
I think it looks pretty
really
good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Black Ops 6
I'm not
user
gonna lie, I'm
experience is
excited.
all about
I'm more
focusing
excited
players
for
on
this
what
Call
they
of Duty
need
than I
when
think
they need it.
I
And our in-game HUD is no
anticipated
different.
being ever.
From the
Same,
mini-map to the ammo widget to in-game
I think other than
the Black Ops
MW
6 HUD
2019.
combines some of our best designs in a clean, streamlined experience.
When I saw the trailer
Yeah.
with Price
For
get
the
up,
first time in Call of Duty,
that was I've never
players
been more
will be
excited.
able to change
But
their HUD in
this,
dramatic ways.
When he throws through that guy off
For
the
instance,
balcony and like
streamers can
balance
choose a
and timing.
layout
like that was the most
optimized for
excited
their
I've been for
setup.
Call of
Or
Duty.
maybe you
in
want
ages.
your HUD centered so you don't have to look away.
That's
Want to play
terrible idea.
hardcore anywhere, or finally put the mini-map in the bottom left?
I
Those
think
are
that's fine.
options
That's
as well.
a good idea because it
Not
gives
only
them,
does the HUD give players important
It gives
status, it
people
connects them
good
to
life.
the world and helps them feel rewarded for being awesome.
What, putting your grenades right in
As
the middle of
players
your
track
screen?
that elusive challenge or
Oh
target
yeah,
their next
that's
level
a bad
unlock,
idea. No, I thought
Black
you meant
Ops
the
6
ability to
delivers
let
an
streamers
end-to-end
choose their
experience from the
layout.
lobby
No, yeah, I
into
like that.
combat
I
and
don't
back,
like the idea of
where
putting it
player
in the middle of
progress
my
and
screen.
achievement are
Because
celebrated
that, like,
in a big
essentially,
way.
you put your picture there in one spot and it covers part of the thing that people would be looking at, right? Like Marley puts his over the gun and his grenades and stuff, or his plates.
Yeah.
You could potentially move those so they're above the picture or something, right?
Early on in Black Ops 6's development, we set a goal to
I think
make
it looks
leveling and XP matter more than ever. Looking back through the Call of Duty and Black
It'd be
Ops
nice to be
catalog,
these guys
there's a lot of
getting
love,
paid to
both
play.
internally
Yeah,
at
to work.
Treyarch and that we see in our community for how we used to handle
I think
prestige.
working in the video game industry would be really cool. The problem
Maybe
is
we
I'm
should
not
look
a
at finding a way to
Traditional
do it.
prestige is
I'm just
back
not a
in
computer
Call of
savvy,
Duty
you know,
with Black
tech
Ops
guy.
6.
Yeah.
The only
We pulled
other
the best
kind of way
of
to
the
get into it
best
is to
from
be an
past
art
Call of
guy,
Duty
and be part of
prestige
art departments
systems.
and stuff,
Or
right?
a writer. We could be
Bigger
writers.
and more rewarding than ever.
Yeah.
Players
yeah,
who reach
but
max
also
player
then
level
I'm
will
less
have the
involved. Like,
choice to
usually
enter
writers
prestige,
aren't like
start
necessarily
fresh
in
with
office in
relocked
the way
gear,
like they would hire
and go
writers
through the
that do
leveling
things.
journey again.
Oh,
Black
we're
Ops
going
6 will have
classic
10
prestige.
prestiges, each with
Okay,
a
yeah, so they're
valuable
doing the
set of
classic
rewards
prestige.
to earn and equip to
I don't-
peacock your status. Players who
Dude,
make
you know
it
what, to be
through
honest, I
Prestige 10
probably
aren't
would
done.
do it if they
Instead,
had it
they'll
in there.
graduate into Prestige Master
Because,
with 1,000
you know-
additional levels to climb through. And
Wow,
a
so there's,
classified reward
10
to
prestiges
uncover for
and then there's
anyone dedicated
another
enough to make it
1,000,
all
yeah,
the
and
way to the
another
end.
1,000
The
levels.
full
Good
prestige
God.
I
system
imagine,
is
to be
available
honest,
on
in
day
the
1
single
in
year
Black
that
Ops
it's gonna
6.
be out, I don't think I'll ever.
Depends on how much
get,
I'm streaming.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll ever get past. Maybe I can make it to Prestige 10. I doubt I'm cracking into those
1,000 levels? Yeah, that's.
We know how many of our
But, like,
players
I
look forward to
probably would do the
multiplayer,
Prestige
and we will
just
be
because it
providing
gives
a
me
deep
something
dive
to,
on it
like,
later in the year.
To do,
For
yeah.
now, here's some insight
yeah,
into
right?
our
Like, I'll
development
then
of
be trying
Black
to
Ops
unlock
6
stuff
multiplayer.
again, like, oh, I want to
Our
unlock
vision
this
since
and
day
this and
one
this.
has been to
Yeah.
craft an approachable and engaging step change of that signature Black Ops multiplayer experience. We focused on supporting 3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support
Oh, it's
players
me,
who
bro,
throw their
Enforcer.
bodies at objectives for the
Oh,
win.
it's me, bro. Counter
or
intel
focus on
play.
taking out enemy score
Oh,
streaks
support
for the
player,
team.
that's me, bro.
All of our weapons, gear, and gadgets
We're
in
not-
multiplayer have been intentionally designed through that
What?
lens of supporting these
I'm
playstyles.
worried that they're gonna
And of
make us
course,
pick
there
like an
wouldn't be a Black
operator
Ops game if
sort
you
of
can't
thing.
relive
Oh,
those action
like a-
hero
like a
moments
class?
in
Yeah.
theater,
No, I think
which
it's
we're
like the
happy to
equipment that you
announce is
get.
returning
There's different
with
equipment
Black
and
Ops
perks
6.
that will.
No, I said we're only getting a taste
Oh,
of
they're
MVP
gonna get
today,
theater mode?
but of
That's
course
pretty
that
sweet.
means you're going to get some early details
That's
on
a good
maps.
way to make clips.
We're happy to announce that we will be launching with 16 all
I think it
new
was cool.
NP
I'm
maps.
honestly excited.
We've got
All
12
new.
core 6v6 and 4 strike maps, which can be played as 6v6 or 2v2. What do players like? What do we know that they want? So we're back to our classic 3-lane maps. We've got fast, frenetic experiences, and we have that balance with more medium size, like better for hardcore
I like the more
pacing, to
computer-based
keep the
maps,
action
like PC
flowing, but
style
still
maps
have
from
meaningful decisions
2019.
for the
To be
player to
honest,
make.
I want to
The maps
see
have their own stories.
war like
and
ground
we
war
have multiplayer
kind of come
taking
back. What
place
was the
after
big
campaign,
mode in
after you
Black
finish
Ops?
it? So don't want to get into
they
too
just had
many
a big,
spoilers
big
there,
map
but you'll
thing. They didn't really
experience
have
some
Black
of
Ops.
those locations.
No, they
through the
didn't have ground war,
multiplayer
but they had
lanes.
the one where like
They
you
had
did.
a big map. It was 12 on 12, I believe.
Yeah, but it was like where you moved through.
We've covered a lot today.
Like in
but couldn't leave you
Battlefield,
without
remember that?
giving you just one more thing.
Yeah.
So we're not going to hear anything about Warzone?
It looks like no. That's kind of the biggest thing that's going to affect my decision on it, you know?
Yeah.
Is what they decide with Warzone.
Round-based
I'm not
zombies
actually
is back.
particularly worried
Picking
about
up
being
the
able
Dark
to do
Aether
tournaments in
storyline
any
where we left it.
capacity.
We're excited
But
to announce
if
that
they
there
are
will be
going to
2
carry
brand new
through, then I'll
maps
probably
available
just
at
keep it on
launch,
PC.
with a
Or,
curated
like, on
mix of
Steam.
fan-favorite features
Yeah.
and new elements to discover. For those new to zombies, it's our unique take on the cooperative horde mode, where every map is packed full of powerful weapons and upgrades, deadly enemies, and tons of secrets to uncover. The legacy of zombies is incredibly important to Treyarch, and we are so proud of what the mode is bringing to players in Black Ops 6. As you've heard today, the innovations in movement systems will also be coming to zombies. Plus, there are many additional zombie-specific
The
features.
fallback
both
is
new
very
and returning.
Helldivers.
This is going to be a truly
Yeah,
epic
which I'm
return
absolutely
for
100%
round-based
into.
zombies. Be on the lookout for more intel coming later this year.
Steph interviewed AB Mark.
Now we know
I'm
we only
glad
gave you a
round-based zombies
little
is coming
taste
back.
of
I think
multiplayer here
round-based
today,
works
so make sure to mark
in a
your
good way.
calendars for our worldwide
But,
multiplayer reveal event at Call of Duty Next
you know.
on August 28th.
August 28th.
Make sure to stay tuned for details and watch your favorite streamers get
Okay,
hands-on
so that'll
Black Ops
probably is
6
when I'll probably
so
get
you can be
answers to most
prepped
of
and
the
ready to
Warzone
jump
questions.
into our MP beta
I
and
should
feel
be one of
omni
those
movement
streamers.
for yourself. We'll be sharing so much more about Black Ops 6 in the coming months
I
and look
am
forward to
excited
seeing your
to try the beta.
reactions and your feedback from our open beta coming up this fall and into launch.
I want to know about
And it's
Warzone.
not just about launch,
There's
because
two
the
things
team
that are
is
gonna, like,
already
really decide
focused
for me.
on
When I try the
delivering
beta
a
and
ton
see
of
what the
content in
movement
the
stuff is
live
like.
seasons, which we'll
Yeah.
be sharing more
And
about.
also,
Am
when
I
I,
allowed to talk about
There we go.
Warzone yet?
No. God damn it.
Our goal on Black Ops 6
Okay,
was
so yeah,
and
so
still is
I
to
wanna
make
know
something that
what's
is
going
the
on.
best work we've
Yeah.
ever done, and frankly, the most fun to play. To do that, we deconstructed all of our gameplay, our systems, and content plans, and repeatedly asked how something could be better.
I love that the guys who do
In
this
some
always
cases,
have
that led us to
garbage
huge
attitudes.
innovations
They're
like
shooting
Omni
walls
Movement,
and
and we're
Yeah.
now allowing players to move how real people and operators move.
Again, no operators move like
in
this
other
in real
cases,
life.
it led us back to some
No,
of our
of course,
classic
wow.
systems like Prestige.
I mean,
then
of
taking
course
that
not,
classic
but also,
system through
like,
the ringer and
there
making
are times
updates
where
and
people do,
improvements.
right?
Across
You're
our
right, nobody's
weapons,
pushing
gear,
towards enemies and
operators,
jumping over
maps,
couches
and
and
more, a
sliding with
huge
shotguns
push has
and
been
stuff.
to hit the
But
highest
you're
visual
definitely
and
jumping
audio
behind
fidelity
stuff when you get
possible.
shot at.
The campaign
Like,
tells
it's
an
definitely one of
all-new
those
Black
things
Ops
where
story
I'd
where you're
rather,
forced to
you
go
know, hurt my
rogue
chest
or being
landing on
hunted
the
by the
floor than
teams
get
that
shot.
trained you. On
Yeah,
top
no,
of
I
that, the
understand what you
team's
mean,
really
I'm just saying.
focused on mission and
But yeah, no,
engagement
it's supposed to be
variety.
fast-paced arcade content.
I want to know
rather
why
than-
they're not going to share Warzone information.
Multiplayer is a key ingredient in the DNA
probably
of Black
because it
Ops,
is
and
gonna be a
hopefully
full
in the
redo of
sneak
Warzone,
peek,
where
it was
it's
clear
gonna
that
be a
every
new map
single
and
part of the
potentially
MP
advanced,
game loop
you know?
will be improved and
I
better
think
than
it's-
ever.
it is
From
gonna be
movement
Warzone
to shooting to
for, like, the
footsteps to
full new
engagement
launch.
systems to death. And last but definitely not least,
Or
the
it's
triumphant
bad
return
news
of
and all of
round-based
this cool
zombies.
stuff won't come to Warzone.
There is so much more to share
Right.
across all three
Because
game
I do
modes
think-
before the game
so-
officially launches on October 25th. On behalf of the entire
I do
team,
think
we can't
if
wait
that's-
for you to
if this
play
stuff
Call of
doesn't come to
Duty
Warzone-
Black Ops 6.
It's a mistake.
I think it's a mistake because it creates too much of a disconnect between what Warzone and this game are.
Yeah.
Right? So if I like multiplayer and I then I'm playing Warzone and I can't do all this stuff for multiplayer, then I'm not going to really like playing Warzone the same way anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like me, I'm more a multiplayer guy, so if I'm able to have fun and do all this crazy stuff... in
Pre-order the
multiplayer,
Vault
then I-
Edition. No thanks.
Yeah, no, I won't do that. But like as more of a multiplayer guy, if I can't do all this fun, cool stuff in Warzone that I can do in multiplayer, it's probably gonna I'm not gonna be very enticed to continue with Warzone.
Yeah.